just so everybody knows what's happening, this meeting by statute has to occur in two pieces. And so there is a meeting of the committee, and then that will start and end, and this will probably be very brief, about 5 or 10 minutes. And then we'll start with the annual public hearing as the second part. So thank you in advance for your patience, and we're just going to start right away. So this year on Voter Day, May 2016, the New York City Voter Assistance Advisory Committee organized busloads of people to go to, ordinary New Yorkers, to go to Albany to testify and to meet with members of the legislature to advocate for better voting rights. And about 200 people from all 5 boroughs joined us, as well as folks from around the state. We had over 70 meetings with legislators. We held a press rally that was moderated by our amazing Director of Voter Assistance, Anita Coward-Mayers. Speakers included members of the Senate and Assembly and local and statewide partners. And we got great media coverage in the New York Times, the Bronx Chronicle, Gotham Gazette, Capitol Tonight, and others. And because of the advocacy of ordinary people, some of whom actually are in this audience, the Voter Empowerment Act picked up 5 additional Assembly sponsors and 5 Senate sponsors. Early voting has picked up 7 Assembly sponsors and 5 Senate sponsors. And the Voter-Friendly Ballot Act picked up 3 sponsors in the Senate. For those who are not familiar with the points that we're advocating for, I encourage you to go to votebetterny.org and go to change.org and look for a petition at Vote Better NY, and please sign it and write an email and call your legislators. We had as a charter mandate, we are responsible for preparing and publishing an annual report by the 30th of April every year regarding voter registration and voter participation. This report is available tonight, and if you haven't received one, you can pick it up here or make sure that you get one. This is what, Anita, our 3rd report?
Yeah.
It's our 3rd report, and I think it's our best one. Maybe the 4th.
Yeah, 4th.
Okay.
11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, but this is just a terrific report. I also encourage you to look at the Controller's Office. Scott Stringer has written his own report about the state of voting, which is very in-depth and detailed, and I encourage everybody to look at that as well. Amy, report from Executive Director.
Okay, I just have a brief report. One of the, I think we're going to hear a lot about this today, but of course, as everyone in this room knows, that New York held its presidential primary on April 19th, and for the first time in 3 decades, New York voters had the opportunity to actually play a pivotal role in both of the major party nominating contests. Unfortunately, many voters faced unacceptable challenges in casting their ballots that day, and I'm sure we're going to hear from a lot of you today about your experiences. But news reports detailed how thousands of registered voters were removed from the voter rolls. It means that 38,000 voters in Brooklyn alone were required to cast an affidavit ballot. Investigations are ongoing into the presidential primary by the controller, the state attorney general, and we are going to keep monitoring that. As Art mentioned, which put a positive note on it, these events exposed real fundamental flaws and shortcomings of our antiquated election system, and that our May 3rd Voter Day in Albany really sought to bring that message to Albany to get them to really change and improve those antiquated laws. That is one of the things that this committee has been doing for many years. Also, on a more local note, I testified on behalf of the Campaign Finance Board before the City Council on May 2nd on a series of bills that were legislation recommended by the Campaign Finance Board in its 2013 post-election report. All of those pieces of legislation, there were 8 of them in total, were to improve the experience of candidates and the voters in New York City elections, and we are looking forward to working with the City Council to pass that legislation. Also, I testified for the City Council's Government Operations Committee on the CFP's budget last Friday, and a number of voter issues arose during that testimony, suggestions for improved projects to engage students, improvements to the way we do the voter guide, and all of those are issues that we will be looking into and working on in the year to come as we, at the Campaign Finance Board, really focus forward, looking beyond the presidential election to the municipal elections in 2017.
Great, thank you, Amy. We're going to, we can have a vote on the minutes, I believe. Thank you, Danielle. Can we have a motion to approve the minutes from our last meeting?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. So I think with that, we'll bring the meeting of our committee to an adjournment, and we'll open up for the public hearing.